Nnamdi Kanu is no more. Tension as he makes unexpected move away from prison. Where is Nnamdi Kanu? Yes, so there is tension. Tension is rising as Nnamdi Kanu dropped a powerful message behind as he left DSS prison for the unexpected. My dear listeners, please, I will really want you to borrow your voice on this very, 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 very wonderful observation. Yes, it's a wonderful observation, I must tell you. Are you aware that Nnamdi Kanu was actually discovered not found for like some minutes in DSS prison? That they started asking questions. Where is Nnamdi Kanu? Unknown to them that the IPOP leader is around the vicinity, not far from where they kept him, but was just quietly going through his files for preparing himself for the next hearing. I tell you that what Nnamdi Kanu left behind when it was discovered was actually a bomb. You will not believe this. This guy is preparing to finish the federal government of Nigeria on the 4th, 5th, and 6th of November. Shame they say they want case, they go see lawyer. They would never, they won't believe it. I will take you into the video so that you will hear how it actually happened and what actually led to this disappearance. Pay attention to this, my dear listeners.
Is based on some sections of the Constitution, especially section telling the courts, you can't try me for something that's not even a crime anymore. Sounds bold, right? But let me explain how he came to that point. You see, in his new motion, Kanu's lawyers are saying that the federal government made a big legal mistake. They claim that the charges are all built on laws that don't even exist anymore. Some of these laws, according to him, have been repealed. That means they've been officially cancelled or replaced by new ones. For instance, he mentioned the Customs and Excise Management Act, the one that used to deal with import and export laws. That law has been replaced by the Nigeria Customs Service Act of 2023. So his team is saying, if that old law no longer exists, then how can the prosecution rely on it to accuse him of anything? It's like saying someone stole something from a shop that was closed down 2 years ago. How can the police still use the old shop's rule to arrest you? That's how Kanu's team is describing it. And you know what? They are backing their argument with strong references to the Nigerian constitution. Please, my people, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're following me well. Let's keep moving because this gist is deep. Kanu's motion is based on some sections of the Constitution, especially section 36, that is 12, which says that nobody can be convicted for an offense that is not defined under a valid law at the time. In other words, if the law doesn't clearly say that what you did is a crime, then the court has no right to punish you for it. That's what he's holding on to. He also mentioned other sections like 1.3 and 6.6b, and he even talked about the Evidence Act and the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022. Now, this is where the motion gets even more interesting. Some of the charges against Kanu are linked to what allegedly happened outside Nigeria, in Kenya, to be specific. Remember, that's where he was reportedly taken from some years back before being brought to Nigeria. His team is now saying, hold on, if you're charging me for something that allegedly happened in Kenya, you first have to prove that it's also a crime under Kenyan law. And according to him, that step has never been done. So he's telling the court that Nigerians can't just wake up and say he committed a crime in another country when they haven't even confirmed it's illegal there. He says the law doesn't allow that. And if you think about it, it actually makes some sense legally, because for Nigeria to charge someone for something that happened a abroad, there must be cooperation between the two countries under the right legal process. Now, I know some of you watching right now might be wondering, what does this mean for the case? Can the court really strike out all the charges just like that? Well, let's talk about it carefully. But before I go on, please don't forget to like this video right now. And if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so, because we bring you updates like this with full explanation and balance. No bias, just pure gist and facts. So here's the thing. If the court agrees with Kanu's argument that the charges are based on laws that no longer exist, then yes, it could mean all the charges might be dismissed. That would be a huge turning point, not just for Kanu, but for every legal observer watching this case closely. It could even become a major reference point in Nigeria's legal history. But if the court disagrees, it means the case will continue, and the prosecution will go ahead with their evidence and witnesses. However, the interesting part is that Kanu has also asked the court to make the government respond to this new motion strictly on points of law, not with new facts or emotional statements, and to do that within 3 days of receiving his motion. He also asked the court to deliver its ruling by Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. That's less than a week.
Yes, tension has risen as Nnamdi Kanu takes a move out of DSS prison, drop powerful legal bomb behind. And this very bomb is what is shaking the court as we speak. Nnamdi Kanu is ready to return back to court. He's ready. He's ready to return to court. He's ready to face his defense. But then, is the Nigerian court ready? Are they ready? Because Nnamdi Kanu is very, very different from his lawyers. What his lawyers can take, Nnamdi Kanu cannot take it. You understand? He can't take it. Because already Nnamdi Kanu has said it that the Nigerian court and Nigerian law is full of deceits. And so he personally cannot tolerate all of their excesses. You understand? So all of these are politics. So my able listeners and my friends out there, it is now becoming very, very unbelievable. But the truth just have to be told. Nnamdi Kanu has it all with him. Whatever be the case, I want to tell you that this defense Nnamdi Kanu is entering alone will be very different from that which his counsel has been handling for him, because even the federal government lawyers on their own will be very, very careful with the way they cross-examine Nnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that Nnamdi Kanu is now standing as his own lawyer, because he will also be cross-examining the federal government lawyers. So what are we saying? Hey, Tori don't tire upon my people. In fact, this Nnamdi Kanu's trial is becoming more interesting than before. But whatever be the case, I tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is making a positive move. Though Omoto Show and some of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers are begging Nnamdi Kanu to please not to enter the defense by himself, because his case is a very high profile case, and so should not enter the case alone, or else that may be a flop. Okay, so my dear listeners, based on this, I will really appreciate to hear from you and to know what your opinion about this actually is. Share this video, let everyone have a clip of it, and also like and subscribe to this very video. Thank you.